Thank you for joining us on your Midday News. I'm Olivia Sandusky here alongside our newest weathercaster, Pablo Alsina. You met him yesterday, day 2 now here at NBC Palm Springs. How are we feeling?
Loving life, but there's rain coming up on Friday, which is extremely rare. So I'm kind of excited for my first week seeing rain in the desert.
Rain in the desert is fun, especially if there's some thunder and lightning. We have fantastic views like this one here, so you're in for a real treat.
Yeah, and it's still the second day of that harvest supermoon. It's going to look almost full because it's so close. So gorgeous. Go outside and look at that gorgeous moon.
Perfect. All right. He'll have that full forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's get to our top story this morning. Local agencies will soon need to draft their own set of regulations for the use of drone technology. That was the discussion at the Riverside County Board of Supervisors meeting, which focused on safety, transparency, and compliance with federal law. Our Alondra Campos is in studio this morning with details for us. Alondra?
Just moments ago, the Riverside County Board of Supervisors approved the proposal that will now require all county-run agencies to adopt set rules and guidelines when using drone technology. The policy, also known as A76, would require every county agency using drones to create its own set of operational rules and training standards. The new rules would cover when and how drones can be used, day or night, and require departments to comply with Federal Aviation Administration regulations under Part 107, which sets standards for pilot certification, airspace safety, and equipment maintenance. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department is no stranger to drone technology or the guidelines and regulations they must adhere to.
We have privacy expectations. Everyone has the Fourth Amendment right to, unlawful search and seizure. So anything that we would do on the ground, we'd have to abide to with the drones. We can't just put a camera on a stick and look over someone's fence. That's against the law. Officials say the new policy would not change how the Sheriff's Department operates, but rather create consistency across all county agencies. Per our policy, we have to be FAA Part 107 regulated, and so we have about 130 pilots now on the department that are FAA Part 107 licensed pilots. If there's any kind of crash or collision, we have to report those with the FAA. So we've been following all those guidelines now for at least 6-7 years. While the policy would only apply to county-run departments, other agencies across Riverside County already have set guidelines regarding drone technology within their own departments.
We have a very strict policy of what we can't do, what the drones can be used for, right? We want to make sure that we're transparent with the public. We want to make sure that we can't do things like put weapons on the drones. There's no AI facial recognition allowed on the drones.
For the Palm Springs Police Department, transparency is at the forefront of drone technology since the very beginning.
It's our responsibility to be responsive and to not abuse an asset that's been given to us, that's been entrusted to us by the public. And so you can go to pspd.com and go to our transparency portal. You can see our flights. If there's ever a question about where that camera is facing and what it's doing, I can see the flight and replay that flight in real time. So it's absolutely critical to us that we have our community's trust with a program like this.
So Riverside County agencies will now begin to draft their policies later this year. And coming up in our evening newscast, we'll tell you more about how local agencies use drone technology to resolve crimes and the strategies they implement to ensure the privacy of residents. Live in studio, I'm Alondra Campos. Back to you.
Alondra, thank you. We also have an update this morning from the Palm Springs Police Department after the Mongols Motorcycle Club was in town this weekend. The department tells us there were 22 people arrested and 9 guns seized. About 1,000 members of the motorcycle club gathered for the group's annual national meeting and to elect a new president. On Friday, they were at Hotel Zoso. They drew a large law enforcement presence from multiple agencies. Names and details on those arrested were not immediately released. Sunline Transit will be providing free rides all week. It's part of their Ride Share Week. It starts today. It runs through the 11th. The free rides are offered on the fixed route bus network. Rideshare Week encourages residents to use alternative modes of transportation, such as taking the bus, walking, biking, or sharing rides with others instead of driving alone. The Indio Police Department is inviting the community to their annual National Night Out. It's tonight. It starts at 6 o'clock at Center Stage in downtown Indio, just off Miles Avenue. More than 40 community partners and Valley law enforcement agencies will be there to strengthen neighborhood connections and to promote public safety. This year's Project 365 focuses on educating the public about the dangers of impaired driving. National Night Out is a nationwide effort to build safer communities and to highlight the importance of police-community partnerships. So let's go ahead and take a live look outside our Agua Caliente casino camera, downtown Palm Springs this morning. Those events going on this evening as we check in with Pablo Alsina this morning. Should be some nice weather for everyone gathering there downtown. Indio looks pretty perfect out there today.
Beautiful weather, not a cloud in the sky. The temperature's hotter than they were yesterday, but let's look outside. Palm Springs now at 89 degrees. The wind's very calm. 0 inches of rain, which is normal for this time of year. Usually from March to November, you're going to see no rain at all, which is why in my full forecast, I'm going to point out why you might see rain later on this week. As we look at the hourly temperatures, it's going to get really hot at 3 p.m., peaking at around 97 degrees, but then quickly calming down. So a gorgeous night. Go outside and check out that harvest supermoon. It's going to be beautiful. It should look almost 100% full because of how close it is to the earth. So we look at the high temperatures for today. Thermal and Palm Desert nearly seeing triple digits, as is Rancho Mirage, but Belmont, a beautiful 85 degrees. Palm Springs, like I mentioned, a high temperature of 97 today. And a look at our 3-day comfort air forecast. You see Tuesday and Wednesday, no cloud coverage at all. On Thursday, a little bit, but on Friday, we are expecting rain, which is extremely rare. Usually 3% chance to see any kind of rain this time of year. But on Friday, when the Firebirds kick off their season, we will have some rain. So check out the weather forecast the whole week. So we'll be talking about that. I'm Pablo Alsina. I'll be back with your full forecast.
Pablo, thank you. We'll also have more on the Firebirds game coming up a little later in sports, but let's turn to some continuing coverage this morning because over the past day, the Federal Aviation Administration has been sorting through flight delays in several cities across the country. That began with some that were impacted right here in California, including Burbank as well. Reports confirming it has been connected to the government shutdown. Cities such as Denver and Newark also crediting that as the most impacted by the government shutdown. NBC Palm Springs has reached out to Palm Springs International Airport. They tell us their impacts at this time are very minimal. They're not being affected as TSA officers and air traffic controllers still remain on duty. A memorial date honoring Valley philanthropist Harold Matzner has been set for October 21st. The ceremony will take place at the McCallum Theater at 5 o'clock, and a live stream will also be accessible online from Matzner's website. A reception will follow, giving friends, family members, and community leaders a chance to speak on Matzner's legacy here in the desert. Matzner was primarily known as the former chairman of the Palm Springs International Film Society and donated over $70 million to local nonprofits through that group since the year 2000. Well, a brand new family-friendly resort is now open in Palm Springs. Casa Palma was once a nudist resort, but it shut down in June of this year. Our NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen has the story of their revival.
3, 2, 1.
The Casa Palma Hotel, just over 5 months ago, was under different ownership and known as the Desert Sun Resort, a place where clothing was optional. Today, the new owners, Ryan and Rochelle Gillet, say the property's use as a nudist resort is no longer what was needed in the city.
It didn't really matter what it was. We saw the vision of what it could be, So, it's a very interesting part of this history. It's been this space has been a part of a nudist resort for 80 plus years. And, what became clear was that use was no longer the highest and best use for the property.
From the outside, the property looks like a fortress, the tall bushes making it virtually impossible to peek over. The entrance is narrow as well. The hotel also stands by a residential area where residents say it's nice to have a more welcoming business come in.
It's a nice change for the neighborhood. There are other places around town, nudist places. So I think it's nice to have a family-friendly place up on this end of town.
You're familiar that that's what was going on behind the walls, but so that's why we never ever peeked our heads in. There's nothing to, but we're so happy that it's turned into something beautiful that everyone can enjoy now.
Inside the resort, there is plenty of grassy areas, pickleball courts, pools, and games for everyone. Rochelle Gillet says the place is not just catering to families, but friend groups as well.
We have 3 young children and their own property, and it feels so easy with them here. We have a baby, he can crawl around in the grass. And so, yeah, there is something to be said about that. But I also picture it very much like a friend groups, right? You're like around the fire pit at the end of the night, or you're playing water volleyball with your best friend from college, you know?
That was our Brett Rosen reporting. Still ahead on your midday news, it's a big week for your Coachella Valley Firebirds before their home opener on Friday. We'll have the latest updates and more on the events all leading up to the big night. And a reminder, the Desert Cancer Foundation's Paint El Paseo Pink is this Saturday, October 11th. We'll see you out there as thousands walk to raise money for the fight against cancer. I am emceeing this event, so I'm so excited to see all of you out there in your brightest pink. If you have not registered online, in-person registration begins tomorrow. It runs through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Hotel Paseo. But again, you can do it online. Registration is $40. And another live look outside this morning. This is our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera. Blue skies out there. Your full forecast is still ahead, so stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Welcome back. The Desert Healthcare District has approved more than $1.2 million in grants to expand primary and behavioral health services across the Coachella Valley. The board approved 3 grants. The largest, just over $1.1 million, goes to Coachella Valley Volunteers in Medicine. Now, the funds will help sustain no-cost care at clinics in Indio and Palm Springs by covering staff salaries and clinic lease costs. An $80,000 grant was awarded to the Inland Empire Ronald McDonald House, supporting housing and mental health services for families with ill children, including those from the Coachella Valley. The Aloe Palm Canyon Apartments are officially open in Palm Springs. This is a 71-unit apartment complex reserved for affordable housing for those 55 and older. There are also on-site services to help residents maintain stability and independence. According to Lift to Rise, a local nonprofit group focused on community housing, 25 of those living in the complex were previously unhoused. There's a lot to do this weekend. We'll tell you more about the Firebirds in just a bit, but this Saturday, the Martha's Village and Kitchen 5K Spooktacular is planned to get started at 8 a.m. at Ruth Hardy Park. There's a lot to do there. Live music, kid zones, vendors, costume contests, so dress your best. The footage here is of the marathon from their Thanksgiving 5K they hold every year. Registration is open for both of these events still, and every registration helps to fund the Palm Springs Navigation Center, where individuals experiencing homelessness can access hot meals, case management, and up to 2 years of housing while they work toward independence. And with the big week here at Acrisure Arena, your Firebirds holding their home opener game on Friday. They'll be going head-to-head against the San Diego Gulls. The puck drops at 7. And then on Saturday, they're at home again against the Colorado Eagles. We'll have all of your Firebirds coverage leading up to the game. There'll be different events happening. Our Tim O'Brien will be out at the team tonight. They're having their Spotlight 29 Casino pre-party. That starts at 5 and 6. Then there's a burgers and beer pop-up event on Wednesday. On Thursday, there's a special event happening at the Acrisure Arena Plaza. You can get some swag bags with a purchase of a ticket. Pablo and myself will see you out there that day. And then the big day is Friday, and our team will be out there live on game day all evening with all of your coverage. And of course, you can always watch the game itself on our sister station, My Firebirds TV, KPSC. The channel guide right there on your screen. A lot going on here in the Coachella Valley this week, and we are so excited to be a part of it. Let's go ahead and give you another live look outside this morning. This time it's our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. A gorgeous day to head out to the resort. Maybe try your hand at a round of golf, or you can stick around and watch Pablo's full forecast coming up right after the break.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream.
Pablo Alcina with your full weather update, and check out this beautiful shot from Agua Caliente at Rancho Mirage. By the way, that's where I'm staying this week while I find a place to stay. Shout out to Agua Caliente. Beautiful hotel and a gorgeous view. As you can see, absolutely no cloud coverage at all, which is day 2 of that harvest supermoon. So go out and make sure to look at that moon. So big, so beautiful and gorgeous. Today, slightly hotter than normal. 97 degrees are high, but the record nowhere near 113 degrees, and that was just 1 year ago. It was blazing hot just a year ago. Today, a calm 97 degrees. But look at this, in 1932, a low of 38 degrees. Wow, big difference from those 2 years. Looking at the winds, very calm, except for up in Big Bear City, wind gusts up to 17 miles an hour. Also in Banning, 13, but relatively calm in the Palm Springs area. And now as we can see the temperatures as of this moment, Palm Springs already at 92 degrees and we're not even at noon. Indio at 89, Big Bear City a very calm 61, 29 Palms at 83 degrees. They're going to start heating up as we get closer to 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Looking at the highs for today, Palm Desert at 99. Since I've been here, haven't seen 100-degree heat, so keeping it just there, just below Palm Desert at 99, Idlewild at 76 degrees. Your low temperatures for tonight, like I said, it's going to be a gorgeous night. Go out, look at the moon, go out for a nice walk, but of course, watch the 5 and the 6 p.m. newscast before going for that late afternoon walk. And as we see our 7-day forecast brought to you by our friends at Comfort Air. All sun Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, a little bit of clouds. But on Friday, for that Firebirds opener, we are going to see rain, which is extremely, extremely rare. Just a 3% chance to see rain this time of year, but we will see some rain on Friday. Once again, I am Pablo Alcina, and thank you to the 3 lovely ladies that I met having coffee. They're like, we watch NBC Palm Springs all the time. I have 3 new friends, and if you guys see me out in public, come out and say hi. I'm your new friend here in Palm Springs, and thank you for watching my weather and these great newscasts. We'll be back with more.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Today we'll be talking about the effects menopause have on women's oral health. This issue is not commonly linked and often is overlooked by women and their doctors. Here to tell us more is CEO of Delta Dental, Sarah Chavarria. Thank you for joining us, Sarah.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
So we've heard about the hot flashes during menopause, but not really oral health. How does menopause affect women's teeth and their gums?
Well, when you go through perimenopause or menopause, your estrogen level changes, and that causes reduced saliva production. And so, not unusual, 83% of women we talked to did not know there is this link, even though 40% are experiencing dry mouth, and a quarter of them are experiencing things like tooth decay, changes in how they taste, burning sensations in their tongues. So, there's absolutely a connection between going through menopause and your oral health.
And how can dentists play a role in women's overall health during menopause?
Dentists and hygienists are in a really wonderful position to be a part of that preventative health. You think about 27 million Americans are not going to their doctor once a year, but they're going to their dentist twice. So that is a healthcare checkpoint with a professional where you can talk about the symptoms that you're having and open up that conversation for overall health that we're experiencing when we go through menopause. We know that 75% of dentists are ready to have that conversation, but about half of them say, I won't initiate it unless the patient does. And then the patient isn't really thinking about or doesn't want to talk about going through menopause. So we're here to try to close that gap.
So why is it so important for women to feel comfortable about bringing this topic up during a dental visit?
It's so important. 99% of the women we talked to said, going through menopause has negatively impacted my career. 60% of us have at least missed a day of work. So it's really important that we find that confidence to talk about menopause and our oral health with our dentist. So we've been doing this for 3 years, and we saw a great opportunity to say, well, people look to their benefits to really guide their care. And so we're going to, in 26, launch a benefit that is menopause and oral health related. And we hope that when that woman walks into her visit, the dentist will see, oh, they have a menopause benefit, and that will bring that conversation together. We know dentists say they'll feel more confident talking about it. Women will too. And if we can bridge that gap through offering a benefit, that's important. And employers should really welcome that, because I've already talked about the impact it has on women at work.
And where can we go for more information?
Please go to ddins.co/menopause. We've spent the last few years curating a lot of information and posting it there so you can really have a one-stop place to go and learn more about the link between oral health and menopause.
Thank you so much for bringing this important topic to light, Sarah.
Great. Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
As we approach lunchtime here, we want to let you know this Taco Tuesday is extra special because October 7th is National Taco Day. The longtime favorite meal is served with a variety of items. You've got beef, chicken, fish. You can top it off with tomatoes, cheese, olives, salsa, guacamole, sour cream if you want to go crazy. National Taco Day used to be celebrated October 4th, but it was adjusted so that it would always fall on the first Tuesday in October. Many restaurants, are we counting Taco Bell and Del Taco as a restaurant? Let's say fast food chains are celebrating with some taco specials. All right, Pablo, your perfect taco, what are you putting together?
Can I talk a little Spanish?
Sure.
Tacos al pastor. Those are the best. You have to add pineapples. to tacos.
Pineapples?
Yes, you don't
I've
add.
never tried.
Yeah, so tacos al pastor, you add some pineapples, some cilantro, some lemon. Oh, they're gorgeous.
A little like
So
sweet
good.
and savory together.
Yes.
I like that. I usually go like just, shredded beef, and I love tacos though. So Taco Tuesday, we'll have to go tonight.
Yes,
Show
I'm
me
down.
some tacos al pastor.
I will treat tacos al pastor. I hope they have some here in Palm Springs.
sure
but
we can find some.
it's pork with pineapples, some cilantro, lots of onions, a little sauce. Delicious.
All right. Well, everybody have a fabulous Taco Tuesday. We have more news at 5 and 6. We'll see you then.